Chapter 6, Number Expression Errors. Numbers expressed as words. Rule 1. Spell out numbers from 1 to 10. Express numbers above 10 in figures. When a sentence contains a series of numbers, some of which are over 10 and some of which are under 10, use figures for consistency. An example. Our agents will describe the terms of 5 different policies. 5 is under 10, so you spell it out. Our next one is Miss Michaela Green bought 6 tablets, 20 diskettes, and 3 textbooks. Because we have the 20 diskettes and 20 needs to be in numerals, we use 6 and 3 as numerals too for consistency. If numbers can be grouped into categories within a sentence, examine each category separately. Use the same style for all numbers within a related category. Here's an example. From the new book list for the 7 library branches, we have ordered 21 hard copy versions, 33 paperback copies, 5 cassette recordings, and 9 CDs. The reason why 7 is written out and the others are not is because the grouping of this is what we've ordered: hard copy versions, paperback copies, cassette recordings, and CDs. The sports complex, which is open 8 hours on Sunday, has 8 tennis courts, 4 weight rooms, and 16 racquetball courts. Notice how 8 is written out because it tells you the number of hours, but the 8 tennis courts, 4 weight rooms, and 16 racquetballs all are in one group because they explain what the sports complex has. Rule 2. Spell out numbers that begin a sentence, even if figures are used later in the sentence. When numbers from 21 to 99 are spelled out, key them with a hyphen. Example. 27 children went on a trip 11 months ago. Because this is the very first word, it needs to be spelled out, and because it's between 21 and 99, there is a hyphen. 14 people were selected for the jury, even though 8 were needed. 14 is above 10, so normally it would be in numerals, but since it's the beginning of the sentence, 14 is spelled out. When a large number begins a sentence, rewrite it so that it does not begin with a number. For example, 21,152 people live in that town. The better way to write that is, there are 21,152 people living in that town, so that the number does not begin the sentence. Rule 3. Spell out approximate amounts and isolated fractions. Mixed numbers, a figure and a fraction, are expressed as figures. Example, the group drank almost 15 gallons of lemonade. Because the word almost is there and it is an approximate amount, 15 has to be spelled out. The builder will need a pipe that is 2 1/8 inch in diameter. That is a mixed number, a figure, and a fraction, and they are always expressed as figures. Rule 4. Spell out street numbers through 10 as ordinals, such as first, second, third. Use figures for the house and building numbers. An exception is a house or building number 1, which is written as a word. Examples. The building has moved to 297 6th Street. And London National Bank is located at 1 Gateway Drive. Rule 5. Spell out ages 10 and under, unless specifically in years, months, and days. Use figures for ages 11 and over. Lindsay is 6 years old. On April 16, Chris will be 7 years, 5 months, and 8 days old. Rule 6. When two numbers are used together, spell out one of the two. Preferably, the one is the shortest word. At the sale, Mary found 6 10-gallon cans. The inventory includes 24 2-roll packs of paper towels. If you spelled out both 6 and 10, it would be confusing. The same thing with 24 and 2. Rule 7. Use figures to express time when used alone or with the contraction o'clock. Use AM or PM with figures. Zeros are not required for on-the-hour times of the day. Side note, remember AM and PM are small a period, small m period, or small p period, small m period. Okay, examples. The appointment has been set for 5 p.m. Because this is on the hour, it does not need o'clock or extra zeros. The bus will depart at 5 o'clock. Rule 8. Use figures without adding nd, st, or th after a month to express the day and the year. For example, the Declaration of Independence was signed on July 4, 1776. People say July 4th, 1776, but it is written without the th. Leah will retire on August 9th, 2018. Again, we say August 9th, but we write August 9. Rule 9. Express in figures, dimensions, measurements, and weights. Examples. The rug measures 10 by 12 feet. That is a measurement, so we use figures. The fish weighed 5 pounds. Again, that is a weight, so we use figures. Rule 10. Express in figures street numbers over 10 and all address numbers except 1. Street numbers above 10 can be expressed as cardinal numbers or ordinal numbers. Be consistent. Please send the order to 607 South 18th Street. The art gallery will be located at 1 Park Drive. The parade will begin at the corner of Banyan and 9th Street. In the first one, we decided to write it out as a ordinal number with the th. The second one, we have to use the spelled out 1 because that is the rule. On the third one, 9th is under 10, so it is written out. Rule 11. Express as figures numbers following nouns such as page, chapter, room, rule, and policy. Example, our final statement begins at the bottom of page 41 in chapter 4. According to Rule 6, the motion is not needed. Rule 12. Express in figures amounts of money, decimal amounts, percentages, and interest periods that include the year, month, and day. Examples, the cost per person will be $9.97. Money that is deposited into the account will earn 5% interest. See how we've used numbers for the money and numbers for the percent, even though this is under 10 and this is under 10. Rule 12 continued. Spell out the word cents for amounts under $1, like as in 15 cents, not $.15. Examples. The small souvenirs can be sold for 47 cents each. Be sure to add 6 cents to the total for the tax. Zip codes. Addresses should include the two-letter state abbreviation and zip code. No comma is used between. Addresses on envelopes should be in all caps and single-spaced. Here we have Ms. Becky Lett, 1022 October Street, Marble Falls, Texas, 78650-1010. Confused and misused words. Can and may. Can means to be able to do something. May is to be possible or to give permission. Can you type 50 words a minute? That's what WPM means. Can says, are you able to do that? Mrs. Garvey, may I help you grade papers? And that means, Mrs. Garvey, is it possible or will you give me permission to help you grade papers? And this is a really good way to find out if you want to use the word can or may, is to actually use the definition in the sentence and does it make sense. Confused and misused words. Cent, cent, and cent. Cent, C-E-N-T, is 1/100th of a dollar, or it's a penny. Scent with S-C-E-N-T is a distinctive odor, a perfume, or a sense of smell. Cent, S-E-N-T, is a past tense of cent. Bank tellers must balance to the cent each day. That means balance to the penny. Your perfume has an unusual scent. That means your perfume has an unusual odor or smell. Rick sent his resume to 15 companies. Okay, that means he mailed it out or emailed it out, but he sent it out. Good. Compliment and compliment. A compliment with an E is to something that adds or completes as a whole, or it means to make perfect. A compliment is an expression of praise, or it's a verb to praise. A black portfolio will complement the ensemble. That means it adds to it or makes it whole. Ashley Godwin did compliment me on my work. That means she gave me a good job or some kind of praise.